Session has started, Avni. Hmm. Avni, uh, here with me is Shri P K Malhotra ji, former law secretary. He has been served government of India in a various positions of highly repute, and one of the most successful our law secretary, pioneered various amendments, as well as he is a very good renowned arbitrator, suggesting government of India in still refused to had appointed as a head of a government arbitration center, but he refused on the ground of health. And he has been with us for a quite very long time, and he has been a well-wisher of INBA, and plus he has been a very uh, actively encouraging youth, encouraging a practice of law, advocating ethics and professionalism into our profession, have been very frank and open in his views and discussion. So the purpose of organizing this youth summit is we have seen so fast change and so quick, and that is also very uh, in a certain way very strong change. It's not a something, a one thing is changing. No, it has changed our entire life. It has put on tremendous pressure on the youth, particularly because now they are on this stage, at this stage of their life. They don't know the meaning of life have changed, the requirement for job have changed, and interacting with the people have changed, and personal relationship have changed. So it has changed, and as I have discussed with various experts, so it's not going to back to a normal completely. No disease has disappeared ever. So it will remain. It can be a hybrid model or whatever the model. We will come to know this year. The purpose of this summit is to guide, encourage youth who are the future of our country and of any society. So they can come together, they can make a change, and you can help yourself best way. And we are here to facilitate that. I would like to invite Malhotra ji. He's been very good to me, very nice, always guided me. I hope he will guide you as well, and hope you will find it very useful. Thank you very much, Mr. P K Malhotra.
Thank you, Mr. Kaviraj Singh, for that introductory remark. The office bearer of the Indian National Bar Association, participants of this INBA First National Youth Summit, very warm welcome to all of you and a very good afternoon to all of you. I'm happy to be associated with the Indian National Bar Association, and Mr. Kaviraj Singh ensured that after I demitted office as law secretary, I continue to be associated with this association in its major activities. And I'm happy that this organization, the whole team is doing a very good job in bringing the youth on one platform and providing them guidance in their future endeavor as well as the profession or the work they want to do in future. So my compliments to you, Mr. Kaviraj Singh, and I'm happy to be associated.
Yeah, we have lost the connection. He will be joining in a minute. So it is a new age issues, and I have seen the people have not joined the session, but they are joined the webinar, this conference. So ask your colleague to join the session. Now he is back.
Okay, so as I said, I'm happy that youngsters are there in this group, and I must compliment the INBA for taking this initiative of organizing the National Youth Day Summit. And probably, I'm sure most of you must be aware that today is the birth anniversary of Vivekananda, the spiritual thinker who was born in Calcutta in 1863 and died 40 years in the year 1893 as a Hindu monk. He addressed the Parliament of Religious in Chicago, and in first speech in 1893, which he gave in Chicago as a monk wearing his saffron dress, he addressed the conference as brothers and sisters of America, and he got an applause which continued for almost 2 minutes, which I mean interrupted his speech. That encouraged it. I was, in fact, yesterday only reading a paper where it was said that when he went there, it was a journey traveling from India to Chicago. It took a large number of days. I mean, 2 months, 3 months was the normal travel time. And without proper resources, he traveled. And once he addressed the parliament, it became uh, I think that is a time when he introduced Indian Vedanta and philosophies of yoga to the world, which put India on the world's spiritual map. And he also founded the Ramakrishna Mission, which is doing a wonderful job. So the government of India, remembering Vivekananda, decided in 1985 to celebrate every year 12th of January as the National Youth Day. Since then, we have been doing, and I'm happy that INBA has also taken initiative to celebrate on organizing this summit on January 12th as the National Youth Day Summit, where you are providing, INBA is providing a platform to all the youth to come across and discuss the various issues which concern the nation. And I think it's very important for the youth, and they have to play a very important role in today's environment in the nation building. And once I'm talking of making a role of the youth in nation building, how they can do is to become a better person. And for becoming a better person, you need not only a formal education, but informal education also, which will not only make you literate, but which will make you educated. And I think that is more important. And then once you become an educated person, you achieve an honorable life. And achieving the honorable life is the objective of our life. And once you achieve an honorable life, then probably you can contribute to the development of the country. And this kind of platform probably give you an opportunity to interact and explore the possibility what are the areas where you can contribute in a big way. Now, just you may be aware that India has more than 50% of its population below the age of 25 years, and more than 65% below the age of 35 years. So you can well imagine if the youth power, the strength of the youth power in country, and probably this has been seen by us in the recent past, that as and when there was a violation of fundamental right, or there was a need to eradicate the corruption from the society, the youth of the country has come together on one platform, putting pressure on the authority that be to ensure that the law as laid down under the Constitution is followed and rule of law is restored in the country. Before I come to this particular aspect as to what you as a student of law, as a practitioner of law, or as an enlightened citizen can do, since we are celebrating this National Youth Day Summit on the birth anniversary of birthday of Vivekananda ji, I think we must learn a lesson from his teachings because he is the youth icon. And as I said, he introduced Indian Vedanta and philosophy of yoga to the world, which put India on the world's spiritual map. And he is also founder of the Ramakrishna Mission. I would like to share some of his popular quotations which have come from his various speeches and which can be a guiding force for the students of today. Now, what he said in 1893 and thereafter as a spiritual leader of the country, not only of the country but of the world, based on his own experience, on his learning. I would like some of the quotations, and I think that becomes a lesson for all of us. One quotation which I have come across is the first thing which every youth is supposed to do is talk to yourself once in a day. Talk to yourself once in a day, otherwise, you may miss meeting an intelligent person in this world. What he is conveying is have confidence in yourself. You have the capacity, you have the potential. Think of what kind of potential you have and how best you can explore it, not only for your own purposes, but for the benefit of the country, for the development of the nation. And we, being a developing nation, as we generally say, look at the country, how the country has progressed. It's not that we have not made a progress. Look at what we were in 1950s, what we were in 1960s, what we are today. Can anybody, would anybody have thought, say in 60s or 70, that sitting in Delhi or sitting anywhere else, like take, for example, the kind of webinar which we are holding. Of course, it became a necessity or a compulsion after the COVID-19. But with this kind of use of technology, which is connecting us world over, a person sitting in United States or in Europe or in Gulf country can also attend this kind of webinar, which you could not have thought of in 50s or 60s. So we have that potential and we have to use that potential for the benefit of the humankind. And therefore, he said, talk to yourself once in a day, otherwise, you may miss the meeting an intelligent person in this world. So every person has got his own capacity, how he want to work on ground. Only thing is he has to explore how best he can serve himself as well as to the society. The second quote which I can quote is, you cannot believe in God, you cannot believe in God unless you believe in yourself. So believe in yourself. Definitely, once you believe in yourself, you know what your potentials are, what your delivering capacity is, and if you show that, probably you will also start believing in God. The another often quoted statement given by Vivekananda is, you have to grow from the inside out. None can teach you, none can make you spiritual. There is no other teacher but your own soul. So rely on your soul, rely on your inner conscious, think about yourself, think about the nation, and that can be supplemented by the teachings from your seniors, your teachers, your mentors, your gurus, and that will make you a best man. The another important quotation which I would like to share, because I would like to share 5 or 6 quotations of Vivekanand in this seminar which is meant for the youth. And the next quotation which I am giving is, take up one idea, make that one idea your life. Think of it, dream of it, live on that idea. Let the brain, muscles, nerves, every part of your body be full of that idea and just leave every other idea alone. This is the way to success. If you really want to achieve success, there must be devotion, there must be dedication, there must be a target which you have to achieve. And how you want to achieve that target? Through you should dream about it. And here I would like to quote Abdul Kalam when he said, dreams are not what you see at night when you are sleeping. Dreams are what you see during the day and the consistent efforts which you make to achieve those dreams. If you have those dreams, success will definitely be yours one day. And if you work in that direction, probably you can not only achieve what you want in life, but you can also successfully contribute to the growth of the country and to the humanity as a whole. The other important quotation which he has said is, learn everything that is good from others, but bring it in and in your own way absorb it. Do not become others. It's not that you simply copy it in your life and adopt it. You see how you can absorb the other good practices, and it is prevalent, it is relevant not only for the individual. What Mr. X is doing, which is good for himself, can I adopt it? Is it necessary for me? Think on those lines, and if you really think, probably you can be a successful person. Now, many good practices take even for the, because most of the participants here may be from the law background. We many a time when we make laws in our country, we adopt the good practices from other country. Our constitution itself is an example that way. When we adopted our constitution, we adopted the good practices from other countries, UK, Switzerland, America, and other countries, and incorporated in our laws suiting to our requirements. We didn't copy it as it is with the necessary changes. So if you have to adopt other person's habits, do it if it is good for you, but don't simply copy it. Don't become that person. You adopt it as per your requirement. I think that's a very important statement by Mr. Vivekanand. I think if you have to succeed in life, success never is given on a platter. For success, you have to struggle in your life. And therefore, what Vivekanand has said is, take a risk in your life. If you win, you lead. If you lose, you guide. Now, on the lighter side of it, let me explain it to you. You must have seen there are many successful institutions running in the country who are training students for probationary officers examination, for judicial service examination, for civil service examination, and for many other examinations. And let me share with you, many of the persons who are coming and guiding you there are not necessarily those people who have qualified that exam, judicial service or civil service, but they are those who have acquired experience, who made an attempt but maybe didn't succeed. There are many who succeeded, but there are many who didn't succeed. But ultimately, learning from their life experience, they're teaching the students where they failed, what are the good things which they do, what are the good practices which they should adopt. Therefore, what Vivekanand had said, that take risk in your life. If you win, you lead, and if you lose, you guide. Meaning thereby you share your experience with the other. And same thing you learn from the autobiography of Mahatma Gandhi also. What Mahatma Gandhi said in his experiments with truth. He said, I did this particular thing in my life and I achieved this. If he succeeded, he has told he has succeeded. If he has not succeeded, he said, I've learned a lesson. And that lesson he has shared with others. Therefore, my advice to the students is on Youth Day that learn from the lessons which have been given by our leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, Vivekanand, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, other leaders who have led the country from the front, but not necessarily they have succeeded in everywhere. Wherever they have not succeeded, they have left a lesson for us that these are the areas where you need to do more so that you also succeed and in the process the country also succeed. Another important lesson which has given, and the tendency nowadays has developed, is criticize everything. Like, take for example, I'm not saying it's good or bad, the latest farmers law passed by the parliament and the agitation which is going on. People are condemning it, but at the same time, there is a group which is supporting it, saying that it's for the benefit of the, it is for the benefit of the farmers. Now, I'm not going into the merits or demerits of it because the matter is still before the Supreme Court, and today has passed an order whereby it has said that no further action on this law will be taken, and a table will be there where you can, go and discuss about the continuity of these formulas. So what Vivekananda has said in 1893, 1894 is relevant today also, and that is being followed today. What he said: condemn none. If you can stretch out a helping hand, do so. If you cannot fold your hands, bless your brothers and let them go their own way. I think that's another important statement. So simply condemning doesn't mean anything. How best you can contribute, you have to see in that area. And if as a youth, your job should be not to condemn, but to point out good and bad things in the system, and then see how best you can contribute to it. Another important statement which he made, and which is often quoted, and this is going to be my last statement on Vivekananda before I move on to the other area of the profession and how successfully in the profession you can contribute to the growth of the nation. What he said: arise, awake, and stop not until the goal is reached. So your consistent effort will always make you a successful person. Unless you make a consistent effort, I think you cannot succeed in life. So the what he said in 19th century is true even in 21st century also. It is only how we accept it and how we implement it that becomes very important for us. This due to COVID-19 pandemic, which the whole world is suffering, it has really created problems for us, but at the same time it has opened very good new avenues for us. And the one I quoted was, earlier we were meeting physically and holding this kind of conferences. It is for the first time that we are holding this kind of webinar, and where the throughout the world the people can be connected in a larger number and we can share our thoughts. So technology has done wonder. Similar kind of wonder can be done in other fields also with the use of technology. But a word of caution here which I'm giving is, don't become slave of that technology. If technology is used as a tool to subserve your purpose, probably it will help you. But if you become a servant of the technology and technology becomes your master, probably I think that is a day when growth in the society will take a backseat. And I think that should not happen. So it has to be a hybrid model where you have to use technology for your growth, and it doesn't become a master is your master. Therefore, what I'm saying is, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, this national 24th National Youth Festival is being held in virtual mode in the country also. And this year's theme of the festival is Yuva. युवा उत्साह नए भारत का. युवा उत्साह नए भारत का is the objective of this festival, which suggests that youth bring alive the celebration of new India. And now I will come, because most of you are from the law background, what as a lawyer, as a practitioner, as a student of law, you are supposed to do, because lawyers have always led from the front. You talk of the freedom struggle. I can name few who are all from the background of law: Mahatma Gandhi, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, C. Rajgopalachari, Bipin Chandrapal, Bhulabai Desai, C. R. Das, Sardar Patel, Rajendra Prasad, Madan Mohan Malviya, Bhimrao Ambedkar, G.V. Pant, Kailashnath Katju. These are some of the names which are coming to my mind, who were in the forefront of the freedom struggle. And being the lawyers, they left their profession and joined the freedom struggle. And today, in the free India, if we are sitting and debating openly and criticizing the government in case the policy is not acceptable to the common man, the credit goes to the lawyers who led the freedom movement from the front. That is one example. The other example which I can give is, even today also you find, whenever an important issue is debated in the parliament, Who is on the forefront? They're all the parliamentarian who are with the law background. And to name a few, recently we lost Mr. Arun Jaitley, who was very well known to me, and Mr. P.G. Damram, Mr. K. Parasaran, Mr. Soli Sorabji, Fali Nariman, M.C. Sitalwat, Kapil Sibbal, Salman Khurshid, Ashok Sen, Ram Jethmalani. These are some of the names. K. K. Venugopal, who is presently Attorney General of India. They are all people who have really contributed to the not only to the freedom struggle but to the rule of law in the country, and have assisted the courts in passing the judgments like that of Keshwananda Bharti, Golaknath, Minerva Mill, Menaka Gandhi's case, and recently judgment on the right to privacy. So all has been done by these judges with the able assistance with members of the bar have extended to the bench, and this kind of judgments have been passed by the judiciary. So as a student of law, as a practitioner of law, I think you have to discharge a very important role, because do not look, and again I'm cautioning you as a practitioner or as a student, do not look at the law only as a mean of earning money. Look at the law as an instrument to secure justice for the people. So, therefore, you have to earn from those who can really pay you sufficiently well, but you have to serve a large number of those people who cannot protect their own rights because of their economic or social conditions. Most of you are know that the most of the people in our country are living below poverty line. They don't know what their law is, what their rights are. Farmers are committing suicide because they cannot pay their debt of 2,000, 3,000, or 5,000 rupees, which is a petty small amount. And for that, although the government has created an infrastructure like legal aid clinic, legal services authorities act, gram nayalays, and alternate dispute resolution mechanism, all this infrastructure has been created. But as a lawyer, it becomes our duty to see that the benefit of all these legislations which have been passed by the court, by the parliament, are properly implemented and the benefit is given to the man on the streets who cannot protect his own right. So, therefore, what I'm suggesting is earn from those from who has the capacity to pay, the corporate world, the rich people, but downtrodden and the people who are socially and economically backward, who cannot protect their own right, to achieve the constitutional goal and to ensure that the rule of law is implemented, it becomes your duty to see that you also participate in the society in a way which achieves the objective of the constitution. Now, if you are someone, now as it is my advice to all the participants who are working here, it's my advice to all of you that if you are someone who wants to serve the people by fighting for justice, someone who believes that truth shall prevail and who wants to protect the interest of the people, there is no better place than the career in law. And there cannot be a better message on this Youth Day than to all my friends, young lawyers, young law students, that please ensure that you devote sufficient time in protecting the right of those who cannot protect their own rights. With these words, I congratulate once again the Indian National Bar Association for holding this National Youth Day Summit. And I find throughout the day they have invited many leading personality to speak to the students and all other participants to deliver lecture on various topics which will definitely enrich your knowledge as well as widen your horizon. And at the end of the day, you have kept a session for paper presentation by the students, which I think is going to be a very, very important session, because here the students will get an opportunity to share their thoughts. And I always believe people like me who have already lived for say 40 year or 45 year in the profession, they have a mindset. Probably if innovative ideas have to come, all those innovative ideas have to come from the younger generation and not from people like me who always try to go on a beaten track based on the past experience which they have acquired. So my request to all those youngsters is please come out with those innovative ideas where we can achieve our constitutional goal of justice, liberty, and equality as enshrined in the Constitution of India. With these words, I once again thank Indian National Bar Association for affording me this opportunity to interact with you, and I compliment all those who are participating in this summit, and looking forward to the paper presentation by the students as to what kind of innovative ideas they are going to bring to ensure that our country progresses, and the kind of GDP which we are looking for in 2023 or 2025, we can achieve that. I think the Prime Minister has set a goal for everyone, that housing for everyone, education for everyone, health for everyone. How best and how quickly we can achieve that, I am looking for innovative idea for the younger generation. Thank you very much for the opportunity given to me to share my thoughts with the participants in this webinar. Thanks, Avni. Over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for sharing the ideals of Swami Vivekanand. As we all agree, Swami Vivekanand played an important role in the youth building and nation building of the country. And this day, that is the National Youth Day, is celebrated to remember and honor those ideals. With this, I would like to present a vote of thanks to you, sir, for attending this session and for enlightening the students and addressing us, and also sharing your ideas and opinions on the Youth Day. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay. Also, sir, I would request you to kindly join us for the paper presentation sessions, which will see students presenting the papers from various national schools and national colleges in the country on different topics. So now we'll be moving to our first workshop. Thank you, sir. So I would now like to invite Mr. Kaviraj Singh, sir, who is the Secretary General of Indian National Bar Association. Sir started his legal career in the year 1996 and is currently the Emeritus Chapter Chairman of New York State Bar Association International Section. I would thereby invite sir to kindly give vote of thanks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Avni. So, I really appreciate Mr. P K Malhotra, who has given a very inspiring speech and thoughts to the youngster and you people as a valuable guidance. So he has raised it a cause of a social cause. It is in our culture since Vedic age to help the other and to mentor. However, we lost this tradition during the medieval period. It is considered still in the western part of world. They say proudly, I have mentored so many young people. The people, lawyers, senior lawyer, write in their resume that they have mentored so many young lawyers. They write in their resume that they have done so much work pro bono, giving a free legal advice, helping in litigation to the poor people. So we need to bring it back into our this modern age. The culture we had 1,000 years back, where Guru used to give it despite rich or poor without making any difference and helping the other people. There is another thing where I always used to say, you can change. If you ask the people, or particularly young people, that we cannot change, we don't have anything in our own hand. But that is a myth, and you are telling a lie to yourself. Every youth, every generation change the society, every generation. You can look up to my father, they have the different values. Our generation being a different values. You people are bringing in new values, new systems, new ethics. But as rightly pointed out by Mr. Malhotra ji, that adopt only the what is good, what is valuable, not everything. What we should not be copying every bad habit. If we pick one habit of a Western people, it's absolutely wrong. There is a way of life. We have a complete food. If we pick and start eating only one food because it's declared very super food, we will have a lot of health problems. So be adopt holistic approach. Once you are changing the society, think what kind of a society you are looking forward to have and to grow and live. So it is up to you. So you are changing the society. Every young generation change the society. So my humble request to the youth is, please change the society in such a manner, adopt a holistic approach, create a world where you would like to live and how you want to live. It is up to you. The youth, you are our future. We are the past. We are just living. And we are giving, handing over a torch to your young people. Thank you very much, everyone. And I hope our youngster youth will make the better world tomorrow together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. With this, we end the welcome address and we move on to our first workshop. Sir, I would like to request you to kindly start the first workshop, which will be on career counseling.
Yeah, sir, you can join social lounge to talk one to one and with anybody. I will start the another session in between.